Welcome to the Unscripted Authentic Leadership Podcast, a podcast we're seeking to lead change. We're also seeking to understand. We are also here as a platform for leaders to come together to unite, to develop and empower other leaders in the areas of business, family, and community. I am your host, Lafayette Lane, joined by my co-host, John LeBron. Today, we are joined by our special guest, the king of content, Dontell Antonio. Put those hands together, put those clap emojis in the comment section. Dontell has joined us to have an amazing conversation about creating content to level up your business. Just a little bit about Dontell. Dontell Antonio is the king of content. He's also the founder of Composite Media. He's been featured in Forbes, HuffPost, Fox News, BuzFeed, NBC, and Yahoo Finance. Dontell makes it his mission to help people grow and expand their brand and business with the use of content. Today, he has joined us right here on the Unscripted Authentic Leadership Podcast. Dontell, thank you for coming on.
Man, I appreciate y'all. That was really, really good.
Appreciate you, man. Let's get right into the content. Man, we've been following you. I know John's been following you on Instagram. I've been following you on Instagram. And you are just a fireball. I love it. You're very intense. And I like it because your attitude comes across as no excuses. And that's something 100%. That's something that we always say, something that John and I live by. That's one of the fibers of the DNA of our podcast is in order to be a leader, you got to do it at all costs, no excuses. But I kind of want to back up from there. I mean, we see your Instagram, we see your content, but how did you even get to this whole king of content? You've got the golden king chair behind you, and I love it. I see the king of content logo there on the screen. How did you get into creating content? How did you get into the social media and the marketing? How did it all start for you?
Man, I think, to be honest, it's a build up, right? So I actually been doing content, if you want to be honest, for over 15 years, really. So I started at 14. I actually was doing graphic design at 14. And literally I was doing all the graphics for my middle school, my high school. And then I went to art school. So I went to a private art school as a graphic designer. Then I switched my major to photography, and then literally got a camera and started doing music videos. And so I literally got my start in music videos, really blowing up a lot of artists, turning people into multimillionaires through content, doing music videos for the last decade, and literally as I progressed mentally, the things I wanted to do progressed as well. So it's like I spent over 7 years really focused on artists and branding on artists to get them seen. But my passion was really helping businesses because I was a business owner the whole time. And so since 2010, I've been a full-time entrepreneur, no 9 to 5, no nothing, all in. And so I was like, man, I just started working my way in. So I went from 7 years of straight music videos to shooting movies. So I shot a big movie in 2017 and started shooting smaller stuff and literally just transitioned into literally businesses because I was a business myself.
Wow. So you were like what Jay-Z said, I am a businessman. You are a business yourself. And like how important
100%.
is it? Yeah, like how important is it for business owners and entrepreneurs to understand the connectivity between content, marketing, and the success of their business? Like they're intertwined, especially in the age. How important is that? If you don't have that element, you can't be successful.
First of all, they all cousins, right? So you can't have one without the other, right? Yeah. And at the end of the day, I tell people, you're not going to scale if you're scared to invest, right? You can have the dopest product on earth, but nobody knows it's there because what happens, right? They don't know it's there. You know what I'm saying? And so without content is that vehicle for people to see it, to get in front of people's faces. And then you got marketing to spread the awareness, right? But a lot of people be scared to invest, right? They think it's going to be all organic. They think that their family and friends going to support them all the way to $1 million. It's not going to happen, right? And so literally, I tell people all the day, the two things that you can't stop feeding is content and marketing. Those monsters, you got to keep feeding. That's something that never stop eating, no matter how big you get. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Go ahead, John. I just saw that turn that you just made, Dontell. You're getting me excited.
Yes, I love it. Yeah. So on that same note, so you're helping, I noticed in your content, you're helping businesses sort of frame their strategy. I've seen some of your sessions where you're working with the entrepreneurs on literally you show behind the scenes of how you're setting up and how you're creating your content. But I also know you tend to come from a very authentic sort of starting point. So what is the key to helping them develop their strategy and maintain their authenticity? Because I understand that sometimes your product or your audience, like how do you merge who they're the owner's personality and authenticity with who their target audience is? Because maybe it's not exactly, they may not be in the friend zone necessarily if they're to hang out.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, I just tell people, especially the business owners, be your damn self. You don't try to get on here and be all uppity or all prissy or all bougie. If you talk with a slang, talk with the damn slang. If you cuss when you talk, cuss when you talk, right? Because they're going to love you for that, right? And even if your market is not that, they're going to still respect you because you are you. And so you don't got to adapt to them. Your service and your product is still your service and your product, right? But you as the person and the brand, they're going to really fall in love with you because you are genuine. You are you. You are transparent. You show them when you sad. You show them when you happy. You show them when you mad. You show them when you lost. You show them all of this so they can really resonate with you. And I tell people all the time, you don't got to conform for nobody. Just be the genuine version of you. If you think about DNA, it's only one of you. So if you be truly to you, you're going to literally stand out, right? Even if your audience something so different, they're going to love you for you.
What would you say to the entrepreneur, the leader that is saying, man, I struggle creating content daily? Because a part of your mantra is being consistent in creating your content, right? And so that person that's struggling consistent, like, I don't know, I'm not comfortable in front of the camera. I'm not comfortable doing this.
Come see me.
Yeah. Okay. So unpack that. Okay. So like, come see you, and what would you do for them?
So first of all, whenever you're doing something, when it comes to content, you must know who you're talking to. I think that's the biggest thing. And we ain't talking no shallow avatar. We need talking in depth. We need to understand they mental 100% and not just demographics and stuff like that, age and stuff. That shit cool, but we need to, what makes them, what's their desires? What's their fears? What makes them turn? What makes them want to get up every day? What makes them want to spend their last? Like, we go deep down and we really find out who is this person, and we start talking that to that person, and then I make sure that they address all of the problems that person has, right? And what is it that you're going to change? What's that solution that your product or your service is going to bring? And we create a crazy list, right? And inside of this list, allow us to create crazy content because we know we can pull off that list every time. So if your problem is, hey, I'm scared to get in front of the camera, 9 times out of 10 is because you don't got your messaging right. You don't know who you're talking to. You all over the place. And so literally we fine tune that. So if you know that your person, he likes a light, right? And so literally we get in front of the camera, we talk about the light, how powerful, how important the light, how you look when the light hit this way, how you look when the light hit that way. And literally we help them understand and get focused on who their audience is and the problems and the desires that their audience deal with so they can better their message. Because at the end of the day, 9 times out of 10, you're in front of that camera by your damn self. So the only person you're afraid of is you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't in front of 50,000 people.
Wow. So I understand that a lot of you talked about getting noticed, right? I think I heard it was Grant Cardone or someone had said something about money follows attention. I think is what it was. So you speak with passion. Your content is passionate, always fire. Is that with every creator or every content you create? Like, is every business owner, do they need to bring that, or is some calmer than that? Is there something about passion that brings attention, or is it deeper than that?
It's deeper than that, but it must have some passion, right? So I tell people all the time, your inner passion must meet your outer passion. And when those two connect, it's endless. You will forever have happiness, right? So me personally, I'm raw. You know what I'm saying? I'm raw. All my clients, 9 times 10, none of my clients are raw. Some of them are laid back, some of them are chill, but they still get their message out because they still them, right? But it's their true self. How they talk when the camera's not on, how they talk when we on our interview regular, and I make them bring their regular self out. Instead of you Keisha and you talk with a then I make Keisha talk with the you know what I'm saying? Sometimes Keisha want to get on and be Queen LaQuisha or something, you know what I'm saying? She gonna be somebody different. And I make her be her, you know what I'm saying? And literally that be the biggest thing. But you gotta have passion and you gotta have a purpose, right? So if you don't got a passion and you don't got purpose, it's kind of hard to do content. And so what we do is really figure out your purpose so you can start pulling from your inner core every time you get on this camera.
So you can show passion then. After I asked the question, the thought came to mind then, sometimes passion doesn't have to be loud then. Like I'm not necessarily the high energy person all the time, or very rarely probably. And so, but you can bring out the heartfelt passion sort of is that kind of what you're getting at? Like it doesn't have to be loud, but it could 100%. Be very like heartstring attached, I guess.
100%. Because my wife, she's the opposite of me, right? Okay. She's laid back. I tell people I'm Kanye, she Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really, really a creative, right? So it's like I'm really a creative. Like it's not nothing like this ain't just happened right recently. Like I'm telling you, since I was 14, I've been doing this. Literally before that, but I was a rapper at 11. So started rapping at 11. So if we want to technically use that, then literally, you know what I'm saying, since 11 and probably beyond that, you know what I'm saying? But getting paid for my services, I've been getting paid from this since I was 14.
That's awesome.
That's literally, you set up the perfect question because I was going to ask you. We're talking about content, but how do we convert our content into currency? Right?
Easy.
Easy.
You got to make sure it's a vehicle, right? So when we come in, it's like people see content, that's the outer. But what happens in the inner is where we come in our company, we come in and set up make sure the branding is together, making sure all of the systems is together, right? So when you post that piece of content, what are you talking about in that content? What is that copy like in that message? What is the call to action? Where are you sending these people to? Right? If you sending them to something, then that right there convert them. What are you doing with that data as soon as you get that data? How are you following up with these leads? What are you giving them that's valuable other than you trying to sell to them? Right? So that's what happens. It's literally a system that happens underneath the content. The content is the vehicle to get the eyes on you. And then from there, you drag them through this system, and the system is what converted into sales.
So as business owners, should we be diversified on different platforms or should we focus on one place? So focus on one. Okay.
Dominate. Focus and dominate, right? Because you got to think about it. Even you guys with y'all podcasts, you got to make sure y'all top on YouTube, and then whatever Apple, and then it could go to trigger on Instagram. But you got to master one of these markets because you got to think about it. 5 different platforms. You paying for 5 different marketing. You talking to 5 different people. You talking to 5 different people that probably digest this type of material on here. Focus on one and dominate that shit and to get to the level, and then it starts spreading over to the other ones with ease. You see what I'm saying? Good. Because if y'all can focus, and that's be the biggest thing. People be trying to get everything at once and don't got the manpower to handle everything at once, and then got to realize that marketing dollar is now times 3 times 4 because you got to market on each one of these platforms. So if you got $10,000 budget monthly, now you messing it up. You're gonna need a $40,000 monthly for each one of the platforms. So
so you can cross post, but when you're talking about where do I spend my marketing dollars? And what audience am I talking to? And how do I, size the images and everything? It's 90%, 100% on one that is where your audience is.
100% where they at. So you can focus, right? Get your numbers to where you're trying to get. Of course, you're going to be able to resize the pictures, post it here. But attention wise, you ain't going to be able to give attention all the way to each one of them at one time. The manpower needs to be there first. So if you on YouTube, you dominate, you trying to get 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, it's going to be hard to try to get 100,000 followers on Instagram at the same time while you're doing both of them. It's going to be hard. So you focus until you get that success on this one platform, and then you let it sizzle over. You take that audience and move that audience over.
Do you find that, like, when you talk about marketing dollars, and this is kind of like a personal question for us, because we've done before, pay for like Facebook ads and pay for, is that really worth it? Or is there a certain way that when you pay for this to be promoted outside of just, you know, the free promotion, you're paying it to reach an audience and they ask you what your region is and what your demographic is? Is there a certain way to make that work in your favor more than another way?
Hey, we can't be the only ones bad at this. So it's for
No.
everybody.
Yeah, how does that really work?
99% of our clients is they bad at this, right? Because you get on Facebook or Instagram and your ass going for reach when you shouldn't be going for reach, or you just hitting boost my post when you shouldn't be boosting your posts, right? So what we do and the type of ads that we focus on is retargeting ads. So we target more people that's already been in our world, right? And so by we doing that, we spend less, and literally these people convert quicker, because let's say if somebody been on your page in the last 3 days, 7 days, last 360 days, we sending ads to them and we bomb rushing them with ads. Or if they hit our websites and everything on our websites, then literally we going for them. We're not reaching. We're not doing no reaching. We'll pay for more influencer and sponsor pages that already got our audience, and we rather put big money on that because we know that that audience and that market is already focused on what it is that we offer. Instead of trying to reach and do this little circle around these people and stuff, nah, that shit don't work.
Okay.
But
Dontell,
advertisement works.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, John.
No,
that helps a
I
lot.
said this is some of the best, most targeted information I think we've ever had
Yeah.
when it comes to social media and ads and how to do. I mean, people give it, but it's always very general.
General.
And we try to dig, and it's hard because we don't know.
And they be selfish. They be selfish. That's all it is. Like, we give it to you. Like, we got ads running right now. We get hundreds of leads a day. A day, right? So, and literally the system, that's why I say you can't stop feeding the monster. But our blessing is we literally, for our clients, we come in and set up everything. Literally, we slash their time. I'm not telling them to go and learn this shit. We're not teaching you no programs. We doing it for you. You know what I'm saying? I got 25 employees and my team not 24 hours, but 40 hours a week. And they literally doing everything for you. We doing all your branding, creating all your funnels, help you create your content, running your social media, cleaning up your social media, setting up all your ad accounts, setting up all your pixels, showing you how to do it. If we launch it with you, then we launch it with you, and then we actually get on the calls with your leads and help follow up via text message, via phone calls, via emails. Literally, if we launch with you. But if not, then we set you up to get to the finish line, and all you got to do is push the blast off button.
So I noticed one of the things you do how do I frame this? You do a really good job of being strong and someone's friend at the same time. Okay, this is what I noticed by watching your content. And this isn't verbatim, but I noticed you use certain terms to let somebody know I'm still your friend, like the term little buddy. So you'll say something like, I can't believe you're letting somebody steal your dream. Hold on, little buddy, I got you. And then, here's what you need to do. And I'm like, it's genius, because it's hard to talk strong when someone needs strong, but at the same time, let them understand, I just say this because I love you. I'm assuming this got to be intentional.
It's definitely intentional, right? And literally, if you go down my posts, I've always been strong-minded. Like my whole life, I've been strong-minded. My mother's strong-minded. It runs in my family. But what happens is, like, in the beginning, I'm corporate. I'm so like, I don't want to talk about that. I'm playing it safe, and I got to playing it safe so much. And I'm like, yo, I really want to say how I fucking feel. You know what I'm saying? I really want to say how I feel. And it's like, what am I being corporate for when my whole career, every dollar that been put into this career has been my dollar? I haven't had no investors, nobody above me. I don't work for corporate America. Every dollar, I'm spending millions of dollars on building my business, and I did that from my pocket. So first of all, who the fuck gonna stop me?
Well,
Hey, you can't
know
be
what I'm saying?
fired. You can't be fired.
Don't stop me. But what I realized too is that my audience, my demographic love the rawness. You know what I'm saying? But I can say like this, hey, John, I want you to make sure that you scale your business. You know, pass? But I'm like, yo, John, what the fuck are you doing? Get your business together. Get this together. Oh, hold it, little buddy. Let me show you how to do it though. Right. So what I want you to do, John, is I want you to take this podcast and I want you to make sure that when you on YouTube, you got all the right keywords, all the right hashtags, and you actually run ads on your competitors' videos so they can see your commercials in between that, John. Do that shit now. Don't play around. You got this. You know what I'm saying?
And I love it. And I think I know it works for you because that is your genuine self. Like we're big on
really
authenticity. Everybody can't do that. Everybody can't be you, but that is genuinely you. And it works. And like John said, that it's not time to be Mr. Rogers, you know, when you're trying to go after it and feed your family. You know what I mean? You're trying to make it happen, you know. So I get it. I want to get into the whole playbook that you created, and I love the title of it, the Content Bible. How did that come about? And tell our audience, man, where they can get it and explain to them if they get this, the strategies that are within this whole playbook that you created.
So first of all, the Content Bible is going to teach you how to literally break your shyness. It's going to teach you how to actually plan out your campaigns, shoot more content, consistent content, plan out your day-to-day content so you can make sure you put out enough content, and how to really understand your numbers and your focus and different pieces of content that you should make. And literally, this is the play I actually was doing for a lot of my clients for years and allowing them to scale. So what I said, damn, a lot of people can't afford to pay us $25,000. So what should I do? I should do something where it can actually help them tremendously scale so they can scale and be able to afford us. Right. So if they can make an extra $25,000 from this Content Bible, which is only I think like $80-some, if they can grow and scale, then they can reinvest that and allow us to do it for them. Like one of our clients the other day, he did a launch. He made 160-some thousand in like 2 weeks, and then he turned around and from there upselled and made an extra. I want to say 500,000. So that his launch, he made about 600 and some thousand in a month. You see what I'm saying? And literally this will happen when you focus in and launch, right? And you got to focus in on one product. So the Content Bible literally allows you to focus in on what it is that you're trying to do. Because what happens, us as entrepreneurs, we try to do 12 million different things at one time, and we don't get to focus in on what it is that we supposed to be doing, and that literally takes away. So we tell people, hey, if you got this product and this product is what you focus on, if your goals is 6 figures, do not stop promoting this product until that funnel or whatever it is hit 6 figures. That's when you stop. If that shit take you 6 months, if that shit take you 12 months, you need to be focused in, because what happens is you get to hone in on that message. You get to get better. Your content get to get way more precise, right? Everything that you do get to be precise by you focusing in on whatever this one product or service it is that you offer. And so the Content Bible really allows you to do that. And literally it's a fraction of a tiny fraction of what it gonna cost to get us, but it's literally your guide. And that's why we named it the Content Bible, because literally with content, you gotta pray over that. You gotta allow that to really hit the universe. You gotta make sure that messaging is hitting people's souls, and this the Bible to help you get there.
John, go ahead, bro. Man, I just appreciate you coming on the show. We've gotten so much covered in 24 minutes. I don't have any other questions. It's so good. I love what you're doing. I love your authenticity. We talk about it all the time. We talk a lot about how some people have construed authenticity to where I call it like the Gary Vee effect. They see Gary Vee being Jersey, and they think, they got to talk Jersey. And I'm like, dude, you're from Wisconsin. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not the same. And so like, I don't talk the same as Gary Vee, but I feel if I did, I would I would not be authentic to myself, how I grew up. And so I love it. I love what you're doing.
It's
Just
real.
appreciate you.
It's real. It's real. And I tell people this all the time. It's like, if you know me, you know me. Like, this is me 100%. Like, I've been like this since I came out my mama vagina. Like, like, yo, it's like at the end of the day, it's raw, it's real. Sometimes it could rub people the wrong way. I'm not gonna lie. Some people like it, some people don't. But we don't care about who don't. We ain't even impressing them. Everybody ain't gonna like you regardless. Everybody don't like Jay-Z. Everybody don't like Beyonce. Everybody don't like God. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't please everybody. And if you try to please everybody, you're gonna self-destruct anyway. So we don't care. You know,
We've
I know
all been
I'm
called
never
a jerk or stuck up. Yeah.
yeah. I know I'm never ever disrespecting nobody. I don't disrespect any person. So anytime I talk, I'm always respectful. I'm gonna keep it real with you, but I'm always gonna be very respectful. You can like it or not.
Absolutely. But I think a lot to be said that someone will keep it real with somebody, because I was always told that a friend likes you enough to keep you leave you where you are, but a mentor loves you too much to keep you there. And so it's really the difference between someone who really loves you and wants to tell you the truth, because it's so much easier to not tell the truth. Let's be honest. With my wife, she'll say, so I'll be like, I gotta tell you something, and it's just I'm just being honest, because I'm like, I'm just saying this because I love you. Because I don't want her to just stay stagnant or, or go do something and waste her time, those types of things. And I hope she does the same to me, because when you really appreciate or love someone, you don't want them to sit here and waver around for 6 months, right? Waste their time, and somebody's got to tell them. So, yeah,
I tell people all the time, like, everybody around me is part of my army. I can't have no weak links, right? So everybody, they honest to me. Like, I'm honest to them, they honest to me, right? They keep it a beam with me, like, yo, that shit ain't it. Fix that. Try that again. You know what I'm saying? But literally, I'm from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? My mother was on dope. I'm a crack baby. My biological dad got killed when I was 1. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really a product of the street. So it's something different. And literally, I'm able and was able to make it out the jungle. So for me, I could make it anywhere in the world. Ain't nobody gonna be able to stop me. I'm talking about the cards I got dealt when I was younger is you'll break down and you'll kill yourself for the shit I've been through. You know what I'm saying? And literally, if I'm able to make it out and see my kids and see my wife and see my families, we in a amazing community. We got everything that we ever asked for. You know what I'm saying? And we all did it from my back, right? I say I'm super gangster because every second on earth I'm sacrificing for generations to come. You see what I'm saying? I ain't doing this shit for me. I'm doing this shit from generations. Probably people I might never ever meet for my bloodline. I'm doing this shit for them. So everybody that's on earth with me today, literally that shit don't mean nothing. So I'm not gonna allow them to stop. My son, 6 months, his name is Legacy. My daughter, she's 3 years old. Her name is Journey. Like, this is shit real to me. This shit ain't make believe. You know what I'm saying? And but I know my call, and ever since I was a kid, I think at 14 I got angel wings tatted on my back because I knew I was my family's guardian angel. I knew everything I was doing was gonna sacrifice for them. I knew that already. And I've been living in my purpose. So I tell people all the time, it's all about your purpose. What's your mission? My mission isn't to be the coolest person. My mission is to have generational wealth and break all of the curses, because everybody before me died or got stuck in a project or still got project mentality. You see what I'm saying? And I'm able to get out. So it's like, yo, who gonna change if I don't do it? And so that's what I'm on. Like, and that's been my whole life. I've been like that.
Man, I love that, especially the part you didn't say you were trying to get rich. You're trying to create wealth, which is
I'm already rich. You rich too. We all rich. We above ground. We got life. We breathing. You know what I'm saying? We got time right now. I say I'm rich because I value life and time. I don't value material shit. 2 things I can't get back is life and time. So I value that shit more than anything. So if somebody late to the meeting, I'm out that bitch. You see what I'm saying? Excuse my language, but I'm out because they didn't value my time. I never get.
Hey, me too.
Absolutely.
You got a few minutes. You didn't text me. See ya. Zoom is closed.
I'm out.
You see, I beat y'all here.
Right. No, literally. He was oh my gosh. Okay. Man.
I value time. Everything in life, I value time, man. It's just like, what's the movie? Timeless, Limited. I think it's time. In time. Like, I value that shit.
Yo. We always wrap up our last segment called Off Script where you don't have to give anything that's related to the topic, but just one last piece of advice or something that's on your heart to help our audience. Give us that last off script moment.
Don't never stop. Don't never give up. At the end of the day, you have the choice to keep going or you have the choice to stop. Nobody else around you do. Right. And you got to be strong as hell to be able to move that mountain, even if nobody else is there to help you. You know what I'm saying? So literally, whatever it is that you focused on, get out there and do that shit. It might not happen today. It might not happen tomorrow. Shit, it might not happen next year, but it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You just got to stay consistent. A lot of the greats that we look at today, this time when they was this age of ours, they wasn't greats. They became greats when they stood time, right? So they stood time, they stayed focused. That's what made them greats. So when you look at them like, damn, when they was 29, 28, whatever your age is, they wasn't great. They were still finding themselves. So it's okay if you don't got yourself all the way together yet. Just keep going. If you just started your business a year ago, that means you 1 year old. I don't care if you 30 years old, you 1 year old because you just started that business. You a brand new baby. So allow yourself time to grow. Don't try to move fast because you see people on social media with that bullshit material shit and you trying to get that shit tomorrow. Half of that shit is fake. A lot of them people are under, and you don't got to be focused on that. Focus on your goals and your passion and what it is that you're trying to do, and you will make it there.
Dontell, I like you, man. I like you, bro. I'm inspired.
It's real. Like, yo, I don't got no off switch.
I love it. Stay connected with Dontell. You can do that several ways. Follow him on social media at Dontell Antonio. Check out his website, www.dontellantonio.com. We talked about the Content Bible. Pick that up. It's less than $100. He said that's a steal for the information that he's dropping and giving. Absolutely. It is the ultimate guide to planning your content like the best in the industry. You can do so by texting the word growth to 678-722-8680. That is texting the word growth to 678-722-8680. Stay connected.
So I'm gonna stop you right now. No. I want you, if you're trying to understand how to grow your business online, I created a free guide called Social Media Business Growth Secrets, and it's literally going to give you all of the secrets that you need to scale your business online. So some of that stuff I was talking about today on this podcast, literally you're going to understand how to put them systems together, put it together so you can grow your business to 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, whatever it is. What I want you to do right now is text the word growth to 678-722-8680. Text it right now so you can get that link to get that guide so you can grow your business today. I'm the king of content, Dontell Antonio.
Facts. Stay connected right here on Unscripted. Join our Patreon family. Support the show. Patreon.com/Unscripted Leadership. Follow us on our social media platforms at Unscripted Leadership on all social media. Unscripted-leadership.com. And of course, our podcast is available on all podcast streaming platforms. Again, we say thank you to Dontell for having this amazing conversation with us. He provided so many gems. This could have been a masterclass, literally, about creating content to level up your business. And
let's do it.
Thank you so much,
Dontell. If you guys literally let us know that it came from Unscripted Podcast, we got something special for you. So do not overlook this. Make sure that you go and text that word growth to that number right now so you get your special gift just for listening to this podcast.
Absolutely. As always, we pray that you be the leader that God has called you to be. We're here to build bridges and not walls. Bridges connect and walls divide. Until next time, God bless.